frame. 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone, my name is Katie Nelms, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the topic of abortion. And this is something I see as a real problem in today's generation because abortion is murder, yet we look at it as another form of contraception or birth control. I've gained a lot of knowledge about abortion through listening to different debates and hearing both sides. Also researching different doctors, either ex-abortion performing doctors or doctors who perform abortions now, and listening to them admit that it is killing a human being really makes me think of how we can still see this as something that is morally right. I also have listened to Lila Rose, who is a Catholic speaker and an anti-abortion person who has taken part in many debates, and listened to her side. So today I'm going to talk about 3 different topics: normalization, convenience, and how we see this as health and safety for women. Going into the first topic, normalization, I think we make so many things okay in this generation because we see so many other people doing it. And even if it's something we would have considered as wrong in the past, we now begin to view as okay because we see it as something that is so common. And this goes hand in hand with convenience. This is where I get really passionate because there are so many excuses I see used on the topic of abortion, whether it be you're not old enough yet, you're not married, the father's not in the picture. There are so many things, not financially stable, but the one that gets me the most is rape. And why I see this as such a problem is because this is when the woman believes that it's not her own fault, and while it isn't, it also isn't the fault of the baby. And here's where I would like to quote a question that Lila Rose asks. And that is, why should the child receive the death penalty for the crime of his or her father? And I feel like that's something we should really think about when it comes to abortion because it really puts this whole topic into perspective. The last thing I want to talk about is health and safety for women. Because when we look at the things that go along with the procedure of abortion, it actually is more dangerous than you can imagine because it is a very serious procedure, nonetheless taking the life of another human being. So the question is, how do we get rid of this? How do we get rid of abortion? And that's going to take us realizing that what we are doing is wrong. Because unless we realize that this is wrong and see this as a criminal act, there's going to be nothing done to try and overturn Roe versus Wade. There are so many other things that we can do to try and prevent abortion, even such things as improving our adoption systems, or even going all the way to the root of the problem, which is abstaining. Because in all honesty, the only way we can prevent all abortions is from abstaining if you know that you aren't ready for that pregnancy and that you are not ready for that baby. Because you know going into it that there's never 100% guarantee that you will not get pregnant with the use of contraceptions. The last thing that I want to talk about is overall how we can see abortion as something that is not morally right. And seeing that we believe that taking one life in order to make another life better is so unfair. And how we should view these lives as all equal. Because while we also fight for the life of believing that the woman should have a choice, we forget to fight for the right of equality, which is something as Americans we all stand for as well. I want to just talk about how it's so saddening to me to see how people view abortion as not a criminal act, yet you see everywhere people posting and they're holding signs talking about how it's so bad to go and touch a turtle egg, even to get into the tape, or littering, drinking underage. There are all these things that are viewed as criminal act, and the actual act of murder that we see as a criminal act. But we forget to look at the actual happenings in the process of an abortion. Because we are taking away a human life, we are taking away the rights that it has, and we are taking away this baby's entire future. And so until we look at this, and as I said before, realizing the morality and in our consciousness, what is truly right and wrong. And if we are missing seeing that and so many other things going on in today's generation, we have to look deeper into ourselves and realizing what it is that we're doing and how this is going to affect our country and this world in the future. So going back to talking about viewing things as a criminal act, when did all of these other forms of criminal acts earn the right to have more respect than taking away the life of a human life.